Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So some rumors have been circulating about Hunter Schafer playing Zelda in the upcoming Legend of Zelda live action remake, and due to the fact that Hunter is transgender, people are very upset. This tweet that read, "Who should be cast as Princess Zelda? A biological man or a biological woman?" Recently went viral on Twitter. It got over 55 million views or something crazy like that. And honestly, despite the amount of transphobia that was in the replies, I'm actually really happy about it. Because at this point, the people that are speaking out against trans inclusion really have nothing to hide behind. They can't say it's because of women's rights. They can't say it's because of women's safety or protecting the children. They have to just say that they don't like trans people. They really gotta let it all out in the open. And trust me, they have been. For today's video, we're gonna be reading some of the best replies in this thread and some of the worst. My name is Samantha. If you guys are not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that right down below. And also, I have my nails back. Hello, hello, hello. I have little charms on them. You guys are really missing my nails. I'm so sorry. I really am. So I'm not exactly sure how these rumors started. I believe it is because of this viral interview with Hunter Schafer.
Have you seen a TikTok go viral about a fan wanting you to play Zelda in a live action movie?
No, I did not.
Yeah, is that something you'd be interested in or a role you would like to pursue?
I mean, yeah, that would be cool. Like an elf? Yeah. And I mean, I played that video game a bunch when I was a kid. That's such a good game.
Yeah, I see it.
This is the only thing that I saw that I thought might have sparked these rumors. There's no like official casting of Hunter Schafer as Zelda. This is literally just a rumor. One that I am in support of. I think she'd make a great Zelda, I have to say. I mean, look at her. Come on. You're gonna tell me that she would not make the perfect Zelda? She's literally Zelda. That is her. And I know because I've been playing Zelda for years, okay? For years, since I was a little boy. So like I said, this tweet, "Who should be cast as Princess Zelda, biological man or a biological woman," got like 55 million views by the time that I saw it. And I just want to share my tweet because it was so funny and it got like 3 million views, no big deal. I replied, "You can't like The Legend of Zelda and be transphobic. The game's main character is literally named Twink." I'm sorry, I'm so funny. Did I lie? Yeah, a little bit, but it's funny. Is she wrong? Yeah, but the point stands. I got a lot of replies. Let's start with some of the negative ones. Crow said, "He can play Link. That's fine. Just not Zelda." My favorite part about this tweet is he clearly seems to think that trans women could never embody a beautiful princess like that, and yet he's following me on Twitter. The most beautiful princess of them all. This person's literally following all OnlyFans girls and me. So what does that tell you about how he really feels about trans women? So I replied back, "Why are you following me, freak? If you don't like trans people, go home. Get out. Like nobody wants to see you here." Issa said, "And? Ha Twink does not mean gay, bro. Twink, it's physical appearance, not sexual preferences or anything to do with LGBT culture." Me when I'm stupid? Me when I have a crush on a twink and I don't want to admit that they're gay? My friend, twink refers exclusively to gay men, actually. Exclusively. And I know because I was a twink. This is coming from a retired twink, a reformed twink, an ex-twink, okay? And I listen to Troye Sivan. I know my twinks. A little educational lesson for you in gay slang. Twink is a skinny, feminine gay boy. Basically, we know what a twink is. I'm not explaining it for Issa.
You are what you eat, so.
I was a little upset once it started to get a lot of traction because, of course, in the replies, there was a lot of negativity. But then I started reading the replies from the negative people, and it was stuff like this. "It's Link, not Twink, you idiot." I know. I'm aware it was a joke. Oh my God. I actually feel bad. I really do. I actually do feel really bad. Like, it must be so boring being a transphobe. I would rather watch paint dry. I would rather eat wood chips. I don't know. There's no such thing as a quote unquote transgender person. Well, that's not true. I actually do exist. Yep, real. Let me just pinch. Alive. Yes, thank you very much. I am a real person, actually. Benjamin with the American flag says, ... Are you stupid? I'm sorry, he's so mad. I'm like, I don't know, I feel bad about it. Like, he's so mad, I feel like I did something wrong. Do you know what a twink is? Do you? I can't, I'm sorry. There's something about cis straight men defending the definition of a twink that is just so funny to me. They're like, that is not a twink, okay? I know twinks. I'm very familiar with twinks. I love twinks. And then gay dudes aren't trans. Like, okay, I saw ones like this a lot. Like, I get it. You know, I said twink, that's not the same as trans. You bitches don't get it. Like, it was a joke. God forbid I make a joke. God forbid I try to be funny on the timeline. Okay, let's talk about it a little bit. The only argument people really have against Hunter Schafer playing Zelda in this live action remake is the fact that she's trans. I remember when The Little Mermaid came out, people were mad that Halle Bailey wasn't a white redhead and that she didn't look enough like The Little Mermaid. But now we can see Hunter Schafer, who undeniably looks exactly like Zelda. Like, that is Zelda in the flesh. And suddenly, looking like the character is not what their goal is, right? Suddenly, looking like the character is no longer the priority when it comes to casting the character. And let me say, I do agree with that. I don't think that looking like the character should be the only thing that we consider when we're casting somebody. I think that it should be like an overall picture. Yes, if they can look like the character is an important thing, but also how well do they deliver the lines? How well do they deliver the personality? All of that kind of stuff. With Halle Bailey, clearly she was a good enough actress. Clearly she could deliver the lines because she had already been cast as the Little Mermaid, but the appearance itself, the appearance alone was something that threw people off, or that's what they said anyways. And now we have somebody who looks exactly like the character, which is what they were arguing for, and suddenly it's still not good enough. What I think is that it was never about looking like the character. It was never about getting an accurate representation of the character. It was about exclusion of people that they don't like. It was about exclusion of a black actress. It's about exclusion of a trans actress because they don't want their movies, their favorite pop icons, spoiled by the LGBT community or the black community. But guess what, babes? They don't own it. And they don't own the franchise. They don't get to make the decisions, right? In fact, I ran a little poll, and of course, this is going to be a very biased poll because it went to my followers and people that, saw my tweet. But over 95% of the respondents said that Hunter Schafer should be able to play Zelda. And 3 million people saw this tweet. I would say 90% of the replies that were under this tweet were trans exclusionary comments. So if it really were the case that a large portion of the population did not want trans people playing these characters, we would have seen that in the poll. But the fact is, this is a very small minority of vocal anti-trans activists that are speaking out against this. They're the same people that spoke out against race inclusion with The Little Mermaid. Also, straight people have been playing trans people in movies for years. I don't think that that is good in terms of representation, but nobody cared, right? Let me clarify, there is a difference between a cis person playing a trans role and a trans person playing a cis role, because most, if not 100% of the time, when trans actors are playing cis characters, the storyline has nothing to do with their gender, right? But when it's cis actors playing trans characters, it almost always has to do with the trans storyline. And they almost always get it wrong. I mentioned it earlier how transphobes really can't hide behind anything for this situation, and this first tweet just perfectly encapsulates that. There is no argument other than, that's a man, and they can't play a woman because that's a man. This one is just so funny to me. This person said, I have a tattoo of Zelda. Don't make her a dude, please. That's it, she's a dude. She's transitioning in the new movie. She's gonna become a man, FTM. Yeah, please God, let this happen because it would be so effing funny. Most of the positions that I have are simply my positions because they would spite the transphobes. He replies, it wouldn't. It would not be so funny. I'm laughing. Sad Bunny says, I am transphobic and love the Zelda series. Link and Zelda being the best Catholic couple saving Hyrule. Oh, interesting. Never heard that one before. To each of their own. That's fine. If that's your interpretation of the game, that's lovely. I'm happy for you. It's not mine. It shouldn't have to be mine. And it also has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Actually, you know what it kind of does? It shows that your transphobia is simply a result of your Catholicism. But okay, guys, let me read some of your replies because the fun replies took me out. I can't. Ah, yes. The mask icon. And it's just pictures of Link with his backless shirt, with his hair blowing in the wind, and his little cold shoulder shawl. I'm pretty sure I have that shawl in a different color. And then this one where he's literally in, what is that, a Gerudo outfit? He literally, if you haven't played the game. Also, I saw somebody else saying that I've never played the game, and that's where I'm making these comments, and I don't even know the name of the character. It was a joke. I have played the game. I played the game many a time, actually. Okay, fun fact, I played on Twitch. Come join me. We play Zelda all the time. We actually just finished Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time. It's a lot of fun. Link in the description. Too crazy. Wind Waker was one of the very first games that I owned when I first got my GameCube. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite Zelda games because it's such a feel-good, cutesy game. And growing up, I was a pretty lonely kid, right? I didn't really have many friends, so being able to turn on Wind Waker and like slay some bokoblins or whatever the fuck, it was really nice. Okay, it was really, really nice. So Zelda's got a special place in my heart. I am a Zelda expert. I don't want to hear any of it, okay? I don't want to hear none of it. But in this picture, he has his little Gerudo outfit on. He literally dresses up as a woman to make it into this female-only town. He cross-dresses out of necessity, but you can't tell me he didn't enjoy it. Did anybody else just wear the Gerudo outfit after that mission because it was so cute? Like, sorry, let me change. Let me put on my cute little shawl. Let me put on my cute little cold shoulder outfit. Oh, also, we can't ignore Sheik. Absolutely not. Zelda also cross-dresses throughout, I think, a few of the games, but like Wind Waker, she is in this other form for most of the game. You think she's a boy throughout most of the game, actually. Actually, it might not be Wind Waker that you think she's a boy, but in one of the games, you do think she's a boy. I love this one. This one's gonna be my new wallpaper. Everybody knows that Link is trans, but nobody knows which way. I've seen some people say he's got top surgery scars. I don't know about that, but somebody literally said, I'm pretty sure Link's design was made androgynous, so people of any gender could envision themselves as Link. By the way, Link is the boy character. I know people get confused because it's The Legend of Zelda. Zelda's the princess, Link is the boy. The warrior, the hero, the one with the bow and arrow. Somebody with a parody account of Link sent me a message and said, delete this. I am not a twink. Link defending himself for not being a twink is so funny. I don't know. This person said, as a lifelong Zelda fan, I was under the assumption that no one that actually plays Zelda is straight. That's how it should be. If the Warzone community is known for going online and talking smack to women and saying that women belong in the kitchen and that, I mean, I'm putting out a very negative name for them, but we've all seen those TikToks, right? Of like the girls playing Warzone or Call of Duty or whatever the shooting game is, and the men are just so incredibly toxic in the lobby. We've all seen that with that community, but with this other community, it's very much the opposite. The people that enjoy a nice, cutesy, fun game with a good adventure to it, with a good, storyline to it. And I mean, if you want to just think about the storylines of the game, they're literally based around saving the world from an oppressive overlord who wants to take away your free will and fill you full of poison, which low-key sounds like people who would force trans women to go through a male puberty or to have testosterone in their system. Might be a little bit far-fetched of an example, but I'm going with it. The Legend of Zelda is a trans ally game, and that's the end of it, okay? If you really are a true fan of the Zelda series, I know you got my back, and I got yours. Something like that. I don't know. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a good little laugh. If you did, please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video. Other than that, I think I'm gonna go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.